Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of SK Diecast Talks. So, in today's episode, we're going to talk about this beautiful McLaren F1 GTR that we see right in front of us. This is the 1996 Le Mans edition. So, this is from Solido, as you can see, and this is from the Solido Competition Series. The Competition Series usually makes the most popular Le Mans cars or motorsport cars as a part of the series. So let's take a quick look at the box as usual. So the box is the typical Solido colors, gray and dark blue. That's the box. Not much of information on the box with an exception of the different languages warning as usual. And then this shows the licensing. And then over here, strangely, the first time I'm noticing this, this one says it's made in Bangladesh. I'm not very sure. So, but that's what it says. And it tells you what car this is. So this is the McLaren F1 GTR. So that's the box. Box as usual is made of this plastic transparent sheet and decent solid cardboard. It's the typical Solido box. So give me a couple of minutes. I'm going to unbox this car and I'm going to talk about this. There you go. I've unboxed the car. It's right in front of us. I quickly took a couple of minutes to stick the mirror with some glue because it just wasn't staying put while I was handling the car. So I fixed that. So from the first impression, I think the car looks really, really nice. But I'm going to go into that in a minute. I'm just going to quickly talk about the history of McLaren and how they ended up in Le Mans. So as you all know, McLaren was predominantly a road car. It was made to be a road car, especially this McLaren F1 model. So though it had been positioned as a road car, it had a lot of the F1 technology incorporated into it. So which made it very easy to modify this car for the racetrack. So this car debuted in the BPR Global GT Series, which was the first competitive event that it was a part of. And then eventually in 1995, it entered the Le Mans. And there was quite a lot of competition for this car in its particular category, especially from the Ferraris and the Porsche 911s that were there as a part of the category of Le Mans. But this car performed really well in the debut season, 1995, and in fact, it won the particular class. Though this was not the winning car, it was a different car. It was a car with black livery and gold wheels. So it was car number 59, which actually won the Le Mans. And in fact, in that particular year, the other McLaren F1 GTRs finished 3rd, 4th, 5th, and there was one that finished 13th overall. And there were two cars that did not finish on that particular year. So looking at the success of the debut year, McLaren actually started tweaking the car more for the 1996 season or the 1996 race of Le Mans. So, but however, unfortunately, McLaren did not make it to the podium in the subsequent year. So this car also had a BMW engine. You can see powered by BMW written over here and over here. So they collaborated with BMW. BMW placed a 6-liter V12 naturally aspirated engine into this car. And the engine was quite powerful. And I think this car really dominated the 1995 Le Mans. So that said, let's take a quick look at the model. The first and foremost thing I notice about it is the colors. The colors are very, very vibrant and it looks really beautiful. The paint is flawless. The paint is very glossy and very well finished. Solido has done a fantastic job on the paint in this car. And in fact, the orange parts of the car, the orange portions of the car are not actually decals, but they are actually painted. So it gives a very nice touch. The paint with the light gold borders really look very nice. And I'm a big fan of the Gulf livery, though I don't collect much of Gulf. I think all diecast lovers always have a soft corner for the Gulf liveries. So this car is a very nice to have car from that perspective. So I'm going to quickly look around the car. So let's take a look at the front end first. So I think the front end is quite neatly made. The headlights are also very nice. They have given a nice touch by putting in a black shade so that the bulbs are very nicely visible. And the plastic glass parts that are there, they actually are very, very transparent and looks very nice. All around the model, actually, the glass parts are very nice. They're very nicely transparent, and I don't see any problems like in some other models where the glass is a little fogged and all that. So that's not there over here. So the next thing that I'm going to show you is the sides. So I think the sides are also very nicely made, true to detail, very closely resembling the original. You can see all the decals over here from the sponsors. So Top Gear was one of them. The Michelin logo is here. The car ran on Michelin tires. And true to the Gulf livery, you can see the orange rims, and taking a little closer look, the brake calipers are also very nicely made. The disc is also nicely made. You can see the disc vents. They look pretty good. So I think from the side view, the car looks pretty nice. Moving on to the rear view, the spoiler is nicely made too. The spoiler has the carbon fiber pattern that's there on top of it. The tail lights are also nicely made. The vents true to the detail of the original car, so it looks pretty good. The exhaust tips are also finished pretty well, but there's a little paint quality issues over here. Some of the paint has gone away from the edges. So, but that's still all right. It doesn't really look that bad when you see it from a distance. It's not very easily noticeable until and unless you scrutinize the car up close. The antenna on the roof is a nice touch. The BMW logo that you can see here, powered by BMW, written over there. So I think overall the car is nicely made. Moving on to the base, you can see that the base the base has zero details. It's just a plastic plate that's screwed in onto the car. So the base doesn't have any kind of details. So there are only two openable parts on this car, like any other Solido model, which is the doors. But there is a major problem in these doors. I'll show you what. The doors don't, stand. If I just push them to the maximum, they're just there. But the moment I take my finger off it, it falls. So unfortunately, these doors can't be opened, and I can't take pictures with the door open. So that's a sad part. Having done the car so well, they haven't paid attention to this piece where the doors just don't stay put. Whatever I do, I tried pushing it to the maximum level, but still they don't stand, and that's true on both the sides. Both the sides have the same problem. Now, as far as the interiors is concerned, I think the interiors are the typical Solido kind of interiors, plasticky looking interiors, but the amount of details are quite satisfactory. So if you can see a lot of these switches over there, which are typical of a Le Mans car, though I really do not know what these switches do. I'm sure there are lots of controls that are there on these switches. It's got a roll cage. And for a change, Solido has made some good quality seats with seat belts. Most of the Solido models that I've seen really do not have a very detailed seat, and most of the models also lack seat belts. But this one, I think the seats are pretty well made. The steering also moves along with the wheel, but not much. The wheels don't turn much, just a few degrees here and there, and that's about it. So the last thing that I noticed on this model was also the wiper. The wiper just doesn't touch the windscreen, so it's kind of bent, I guess. Not sure if it's just in this model or it's a fundamental flaw by the makers. I'm not sure. So I'll have to figure out a way to bend that carefully and make it sit on the windshield like it's supposed to. So my overall rating for this model, I would say that I would definitely give an 8 out of 10 for this model. The finishing is very nice. The details, the attention to detail is very good. It definitely resembles the real life car. It's a very, very close resemblance. So there is nothing amiss over there. The sad part is the doors, like I said. So that's the only reason why I'm not giving it a higher rating. I think I will stick to my 8. So that's all I have to talk. This car is going to join the other Le Mans cars in my display. So it's going to hold a nice position in my display. I really like it. And with that, I would like to end this episode, and I will look forward to catching you again in the next one. So please do like and subscribe to my channel. It encourages me to make more such videos. Thank you very much. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your time. Bye-bye.